Oh honeys, I'm home. Hey guys, welcome back to SHERI-RFM. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know I have been MIA, I have been sporadic, I have not been consistent. Within the last 2 months, life has been lifing. I've been having a lot of changes. I've had to make some decisions in terms of priorities of my time and how I use it. And unfortunately, with the things that I needed to get done, YouTube and content just couldn't fit in. At the beginning of this year, I made a decision that this year must not end the same way it started, and the way it has been for me for the past several years. Many of you don't know how much goes on in the background of my life, but it is a lot, and taking care of me really needs to be the priority that it should be, and I have just been making some steps toward that. So I have just decided I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to do what I can, and what I can't, it's just not going to get done, at least right now. I am rescheduling a lot of things. So I hope to get back to my regular schedule. But in the meantime, if I'm missing a little bit, everything is okay. I'm fine. It's just that I need to prioritize rest and my health and my family and all of that above everybody else. So if you're here, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. And I know that you're going to like the content, so why not just like this video one time, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below, and make sure to share this video with other friends and family who you think might enjoy my content. As the title suggests, we are going to try to put together my favorites from September and October into one video. And frankly, I had to really bring it down again because things have been so busy. I know that there are a lot more things that were favorites, and I was making a list somewhere. I have no idea where I made the list, so I literally just had to pull the things that I remembered off the top of my head to share with you. But that's okay, because otherwise this video would have been an hour long. The first thing is this gloss that I am wearing. I would have been wearing this like crazy over the last, 3 months. It should have been a favorite already. And I did hint to some of you guys that I was testing out some makeup from a new line. Well, a line that's new to me, and that line is Moira Beauty. And I actually purchased a whole set of makeup. I kind of wanted to do like one video where I kind of review for you guys all the things that I picked up, give you a summary of like what's the best, what wasn't the best, what do I recommend in terms of gems from the line. And believe me when I say I did find some gems, and this is definitely one of them. But I wanted to share this with you guys in this video because quite a few people asked me about it when they noticed that I have been wearing it, and I was telling them, listen, it's coming in my next favorites video. So this is the Moira Luminizer lip gloss in the shade number 7 next to you. Now, Moira Beauty is a makeup brand that I would have heard about primarily from Rose and Ben on Instagram. She tries a lot of their products and really got me interested in them. They are quite affordable, and they do have a website where you can go and purchase these products, but it's also available on Amazon. I think this gloss is like $7 or $8 US. And because of my absolutely wonderful experience with this, I do want to try a couple other shades, but this shade is just life. Like, I mean, just look at that. It's like such a gorgeous pinky nude that looks so good on my skin tone. And I do wear it with my regular brown liners. You all know I am BFF3 from Colourpop for life. But when I did purchase the product from Moira, I had also picked up a couple liners, and the one that I have it on with today is the Moira Must Have Lip Liner in 009 Brownstone. So that is what it looks like. And I've also been enjoying this liner for a wooden pencil. It is not drying at all. It glides on really nicely on the lips. Very pigmented, and it lasts for a long time. But what I love about this gloss is the formula. It is so hydrating, very shiny and luscious. This particular gloss I can use for everyday makeup, but I can actually also use this for a full glam, like a wedding or something. I could use it on its own like the way I am doing it right now, or on top of other lipsticks. I also love that this is not sticky at all. It is not gloopy. Like, I put on like 3 layers here because I had it on before, and you all just saw that I topped up on it again. No stickiness at all. My lips just feel so smooth, really hydrated and nourished. And of course, it's a gloss, so it is eventually going to wear off. But something like this, I can actually put this in my purse, and I do not need a mirror to reapply, simply because I have lined the outer part of my lip. I just need to put a little bit of this in the center, and I'm good to go. Oh my god, I love this. I want you all to try this formula if you haven't already. And if you have, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. And by the way, do you guys want that review on the line? Because I bought like foundation, concealer, powders, a moisturizer. I bought like 5 or 6 eyeshadow palettes. I bought cheek products. I bought liners. I bought setting spray. I bought prime. I bought a lot of stuff from this brand. So just let me know. So, by the way, at the time of filming this video, the Sephora sale is going on, the holiday savings event. And I know that quite a few messaged me like, Sherry, what are you buying? What is on your wish list? And I really didn't get to film that. And I don't think at this point it's going to make sense to do that anyway. But there are so many really good Sephora VIB recommendation videos on YouTube. You could check back the old ones that I have done. And it has just been overwhelming. I have already placed my order, but it is nowhere near the size of the hauls that I've done before. However, when it comes, I will still be sharing that with you guys. But if you are participating in the sale, I'd love to know what you guys plan to pick up as well. So my next favorite is this. It is a skincare item, and this is from a Korean brand called Bey Skin. This is a BHA plus 30-second exfoliator pore zero. And this is in the category of both a physical and chemical exfoliant. But hear me out, because you all know that I'm not a physical exfoliant person, that it's usually the last thing I reach for, or very, very rarely in my skincare routine. But this one, I'm glad I tried. And my friend in South Korea actually told me, Sherry, I think you should try this. Now, this exfoliator is similar to a lot of cellulose-based exfoliators that the Koreans love to do. And I actually prefer those than the ones that we tend to have in this part of the world that tends to have like a lot of grains, because ours tend to be a little bit more harsh on the skin. These, you get the benefit of physical exfoliation, but it is in the most gentle way possible, yet still pretty effective. Now, why I actually like this one is because it not only has that natural cellulose, and I'll explain a little bit about that in a bit, but this also has a little bit of BHA. It has both natural willowback extract. It also has a little bit of salicylic acid, has a little bit of AHAs, a little bit of natural enzymes from things like papaya. So in this one product, you are getting a really well-rounded exfoliant, like covering all your bases, and it's still gentle enough that I feel people who have issues with other types of exfoliants could still get benefit from this, especially if you have texture and buildup of dead skin on the surface of the skin. Although I'm saying that it's pretty gentle, they do not recommend that you use this more than twice a week, and I completely agree with that. Even if you use this twice a week and you're still using like another gentle exfoliating toner in your skincare routine on a regular, that's also fine. So this dispenses as a very creamy product. So what you do is you wash your face first, you pat it dry. You want to make sure that there is no water on the skin. Then you dispense a bit of this and you actually apply it on the skin, of course avoiding the sensitive areas like around your eyes or the sides of the mouth for some people. What you do then is you spread it out on the face and you start to massage it. They recommend about 30 seconds, and what you will realize is that as you are actually massaging, it's going to start balling up. Now that's a natural cellulose ingredient in the formula, and what happens is that as this moves on the skin and it interacts with the natural sebum, the dead skin cells and so on at the surface of the skin, it's going to ball up into clumps, and that is what's going to give you that physical exfoliation. What you're seeing there is not your actual skin. Now it might change color, so it might go from being white to being a little bit creamy or gray and so on, and that would be the mixture of the dead skin cells from the surface of your skin mixing in with the product. What I like about this is that while you're actually doing that, you are getting a little bit of salicylic, a little bit of AHAs, a little bit of enzymes, so it gives you a really, like I mentioned, well-rounded exfoliating experience. Now I personally like to use this before an event, especially if I want my makeup to like lay down extra smooth. This is going to get rid of everything without creating redness or irritation or being too harsh on my skin. And when I tell you, after you finish do this massage and you rinse this product off your skin, baby bottom. When I tell you baby bottom, I use this on a need basis. My skin actually feels really smooth. My texture is great from my chemical exfoliants that I do have in my routine already. So I really bring this out for before makeup on special occasions, or you know, just close to a period when that sebum gets a little bit thick. That's usually time when I'll tell people, you know, you want to bring out a clay mask, you probably want to do one of these. It's very helpful for people with oily skin, especially at that time. But yeah, don't sleep on this. You might want to try this one. What else I've been loving for the last 2 months? This little guy. Isn't this packaging cute? Oh my god. This is the Fruia Blueberry Hydrating Honey Lip Balm. And it's like a little honey pot with the color at the top, I guess, representing the blueberries. And then this is what it looks like. Like, I have been using this for more than 2 months. and I feel like I haven't made a real dent in it. This is kind of like, I don't know, like when you first touch it, it feels almost kind of like a Vaseline. Of course, you're going to get that lovely blueberry scent. It's not overpowering or anything. And I'm not necessarily a blueberry fan, and I'm completely okay with these. Oh, it's so sweet and delicious smelling. Like you will feel to lick it off your lips, but don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, you apply this and it is a thicker product. So I actually use this as a night treatment on my lips, the same way I would use like my Beauty Hacks or the one that I love from City Beauty as well. I will use this in the night, and I love how this soften the lips, especially if you are that person that you get like really dry lips. Like let's say you want a liquid lipstick or maybe a matte regular bullet lipstick, and at the end of the day your lip feels dry, it's cracking, it's peeling. Apply some of this. This is going to soften that skin and get it so soft that the next morning you wake up, you can just do this and it's going to easily glide off. Like all the dead skin is going to glide off without any pain, without bleeding, without cracking or anything like that, and you will have such smooth lips. This little thing is so good. Like the name says, it has blueberry extract, which is high in vitamin C and E. It has honey, which is a really great humectant and hydrator. It also has vegetable collagen inside here, which is going to help improve the elasticity and firmness of your lips in the long term. They call this a lip balm. You could absolutely wear it in the daytime, but I love the thickness of this. It lasts and it stays on the lips all night. You're going to wake up and know that something substantial is still on your lips, and that's really important for me when I use lip products. It's also important to me that it's really hydrating and moisturizing my lips and not creating dehydration, which I realized was happening to me with products like the Laneige lip mask. So yeah, if you're a lip person, a lip junkie, you love trying lip products, you love treating your lips overnight, or you have really dry, peeling lips and you want something that's going to help you soften that up and really hydrate and prevent that issue, then try this baby. Now, I think in one of my recent sunscreen videos, or was it on Instagram? I'm not sure. But I did review this product, and this is the Misha Soft Finish Sun Milk. And I could link that review so you could go and check out all the details you need to know about this product. But this is one of the sunscreens that I actually recommend for people with very oily skin, because this has one of the most matte finishes on a sunscreen that I've tried in a very long time. Now that would have come in useful for me, especially because of the humidity and the extra heat that we've been having for the last 2 months or so. But while this is matte and I have oily skin, this is not necessarily my favorite sunscreen, simply because I have to be careful with this one. It can actually be dehydrating for my skin. That's just to tell you like how matte it feels on the skin, and that dehydrated feeling I do not like. So if I want to use this sunscreen, I have to use a moisturizer with this one. However, this is in my favorites for the last 2 months, not necessarily because I was using it on its own, but I found another way to use this. So I have many other sunscreens that will obviously leave either very glowy or a natural glow on the face. And because of the extra heat, I kind of wanted to temper that down a bit. So here's what I've been doing. I will apply my regular sunscreen as usual, let it set for the 5 to 10 minutes to form an even film. And then I was using this almost as a topper. I was not depending on this necessarily for my sunscreen protection, but I will take a little bit out, almost like a primer, and put it in my T-zone along my cheeks and so on. And when this sets, it sets to a matte powdery finish. So it blurs the pores a little bit, but it really helps give me a little bit more oil control with those other sunscreens. So I love that I discovered that about this sunscreen, because this is going to help me use out some other sunscreens that I've just kind of put to the side simply because they are too glowy for my oily skin. This is going to help me like finish that off, because the other sunscreen that I will use, I will apply my full amount with that, let that set, and then use a little bit of this. But yeah, that's why this has become my favorite. Yeah, this. Okay, so this next product, y'all need to stay with me here. When I first saw this product, I thought that this was like gimmicky, like why do we actually need this? And you wouldn't realize that you need it until you actually try it. So this is by Focalor. Like several months ago, it could be last year, I probably talked about this either in a favorites or Amazon video, because I would have tried like one of their powders, which works really good on my skin, and something else. Was it a bronzer and a highlight from the brand? But I have tried a couple things from Focalor, purchasing it from Amazon over the last year or so. So then I saw this, and this is the Focalor Instant Waterproof Mascara Remover. And this is what it looks like. And let me just show you the wand one time. So it's a very thin wand, and I don't know if you could kind of see that there are like tiny spikes on this one. So yeah, let me explain myself. So, you know, although it sounded gimmicky, I was like, nah, I need to try this, right? Now, I have no problem really breaking down mascara because my cleansing balm or cleansing oil will generally do that. I tend to wear either waterproof mascaras or tubing mascaras simply because my eyes water a lot because of allergies. So I can't really use like regular mascaras because I will have raccoon eyes like first thing in the day, and we need to go throughout the day with this, right? So that's not making any sense. However, for those of you who use waterproof mascaras, you know that they are more difficult to remove than regular mascaras. And even though I will use like my cleansing oil, my cleansing balm, you would still rub your eyes like a significant amount. Now, you can use an eye makeup remover, but I just find this so much easier to use, and this actually works. So what you actually do is you take the wand out of this, and of course, before I put my cleansing balm or cleansing oil to break down the rest of my makeup, I take this from the base of the lashes and just sweep it up like maybe 2 or 3 times, the same way I would apply mascara. They say to give it 15 to 30 seconds. I find it works even before that. The first time I used it, I gave it the full 30 seconds. And then after that, I realized this is actually breaking down that mascara a lot faster than I thought. So what happens is I will put this on my lashes where my mascara is. I'll apply my cleansing balm, and literally, if I just take my fingers and do this, the mascara, like the waterproof mascara and everything, comes off immediately. When I tell you that this has reduced the rubbing I have to do around my eye area dramatically, and of course that's going to be very helpful for my lashes and my overall eye area and so on, because you know we really shouldn't be rubbing as much as we do, and with the amount of pressure that we do sometimes. I was shocked. I was really shocked. So this breaks it down. Like, I don't know, whatever is the chemical reaction this does with the waterproof mascara, it'll break it down in seconds. And then when I do this, it literally comes off, rinses away. And now this has a permanent place next to my cleansing balms or cleansing oils, because I'm like, what was I really doing without this thing? I have to tell you as well that they recommend that once you actually apply it to your eyes, that you just take the wand and just pass a tissue on it, so that you're not actually putting product back into this, and therefore you'll be putting a clean wand back into your tube to not contaminate it or create any issues, I guess, with the actual formula that is breaking down the mascara. I have another skincare item, and I think I hinted at this in the favorites video I did, where I talk about the Green rice cleanser that I fell in love with, and I told you that there was another product from Green that I was testing out that I was really enjoying, but because it was a serum, I needed to give it some more time, and that's the Green Skin Purifying Tea Tree Serum. So this is what it looks like, and this has become a lifesaver, and that's not usual for like these types of supporting serums, because of course my nighttime and daytime skincare routine is focused on specific actives, and then if I bring in other products, it's usually to support that. Now, why have I been using this like crazy? It's because, again, for the last 2 months, I have been having serious flares of seborrheic dermatitis. And yes, I do know how to treat my skin when I get this, and it obviously means that my stress level is more than I actually think it is, because that's usually my biggest trigger when it comes to seborrheic dermatitis. And right now, like, this entire area of my face is very blotchy because I'm having a lot of hypopigmentation in the areas where I've been having the flaking and so on. And this has been so amazing at helping to keep my skin calm. Tea tree is one of those supporting ingredients that I like to use when I have seborrheic dermatitis, but this thing is so gentle. Now, this is actually great for acne prone skin, so I'm getting like a double whammy because I do have acne prone skin. So I am getting the benefit of the sebum control and all of that with that. But that tea tree has also been super beneficial for what has been happening to my skin and the irritation. This is going to help also reduce redness, like I said, help calm the skin, reduce irritation, and it has 70% tea tree extract. It doesn't smell like anything. Green doesn't put alcohol and all that in their serums, but I also love the texture of this thing. Like, it is watery, and that like one pump is enough for my entire face. It absorbs like nothing. Again, another thing that is really important to me when it comes to the texture of skincare products, especially for my skin type. And this is actually pretty affordable. You can get this on Amazon. Yeah, like I said, no scent or anything like that, and my skin has just really been enjoying this, especially because of what has been happening right now. I'm so glad that I had this in my arsenal to try now, because the timing was just perfect. And as I mentioned, because of the seborrheic dermatitis and what has been happening in the lower part of my skin, the thing that I've really pulled out again, and this is not going to be a surprise to you all, but this is my #1 foundation for years and years and years and years, and it still is my #1 foundation. And this is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear. Like, yeah, so I had several events in the last couple of months, events where I'm going to be out for very long periods. I'm going to be interacting with the public. I'm not going to be able to like stop and go touch up my makeup, check to see what's happening and all of that. And when I'm in those situations and I need my skin to really hold up, this is the foundation that I reach for. And again, it held up so beautifully, because even with the issues, I had so many people like complimenting my skin. And I'm like, yeah, I know it looks good to you, but I am having that blotchiness on the lower part of my face and my chin area and so on. And people was like, but I can't see it, you know. This foundation just looks so beautiful. It holds up in our heat and our humidity. And I'm also upset because Lancome has reformulated this. Like, if anybody knows where I can get this formula, because after this bottle finishes, I have only one more backup. And I really want to get some more. However, I did purchase one of the new formula in the Sephora sale, and I will be testing it out. I'll let you guys know what I think. I don't know why companies, when they have something so great, they go and they mess with it. So I am hoping that that formula is definitely improved and that I would like it more. But just in case it isn't, if anybody knows where I can get this, please. Please let me know. And the last item that I have been obsessed with, and yes, I know that I am owing you guys some perfume videos. So the Tom Ford dupes video in terms of the Arabian perfumes is going to be coming up soon. I hope that I'm going to get to film it soon for you guys. And I also bought a whole lot of other like perfume oils and other Arabian perfumes that I have been testing, and I do also have to review for you guys. So this is going to be a sneak peek, because if you remember in that very first video that I did, I told you guys about a perfume called, it was La Mousse, I think. And based on the description, a lot of people said that it was a dupe for Parfums de Mali Delina, and I fell in love with the scent, although I have never smelt the original. And I loved it so much that I continued to wear it. Of course, the one complaint I had about that particular perfume was with regards to longevity. Like, it gives me an hour and a half, 2 hours, and that's it. I definitely have to reapply. But I just kept digging because I was in love with that scent so much. And then I saw some other people recommended this perfume, which is another one from the whole Latafa line. This one is by Maison Alhambra. And this is the Delilah Pour Femme. This is also an Eau de Parfum. When I sprayed this, this smells exactly like the other one, La Mousse. So I'm guessing that we're really on par with Delina from Parfums de Mali. But y'all, this one gives me the longevity. I get way more hours with this one. This one has been on my dresser. I have been wearing this constantly. So I had a meetup with, you know, some of my very close friends. And this is so funny, because as we met and hugged, the whole conversation shifted like, oh my gosh, what perfume is that? It's smelling so good. And then I was like, I'm going to buy you one of those. Listen, she was like, I feel like I ain't saying, and I'm about to tell Sherry about this new perfume that I got. And now she was obsessed with how I was actually smelling with this one. Lord have mercy. So if you guys are interested, I'm obsessed. So this is a sneak peek from the other perfumes that I bought. This one is going to be my favorite for obvious reasons. Just because, yeah, you are good. I don't like the name, Delilah. I don't like the name. Maybe that's saying something, but oh my gosh, this is so good. And it's like 20 something US on Amazon. Get it if you are interested in that scent, or you were interested when I spoke about the La Mousse in the other video, but you know, the longevity thing was an issue for you. This is so worth the 20 something US dollars. And of course, look at the size of the bottle. This one is pretty weighted as well. Gorgeous packaging. Thank you for coming into my life. Thank you. Guys, this video has been too long. I'm so glad that you stuck with me. Thank you so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you've been enjoying for the last 2 months. I hope to see you guys next week, but if I don't, I'll see you in another video soon. Take care. Bye.